there, welcome to my channel. My name is Taylor, and today we're reacting to Ariana Grande's new album, Eternal Sunshine. But before we hop in the video, remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you love all things music, particularly Ariana Grande. Alright, so I have already reacted to the music video and the song, the lead single, Yes and. I will link that to somewhere up here or down there in the description box for you to go to look at. But I've been watching videos of Ariana Grande's interviews, and I can't wait to watch the Zach Sang second part to break down all these songs. But I have the track list in front of me. I think, let's see, I think it's 13 tracks if my computer woke. Yeah, it's 13 tracks. A couple short numbers in here. She did say the album was a little bit short, so I'm definitely interested to see how those all play together. Let's see, what song are we claiming? I think The Boy Is Mine, just because this is supposed to be your bad girl anthem, according to Ari. And then We Can't Be Friends is the single. And then maybe, I don't know. I'm curious. I know this is kind of conceptually based off or related to the movie Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. I have not seen it. So if there are references to that I don't get, I'm very sorry. But I guess without further ado, let's react to the first track, the intro track called Intro, End of the World.
How can I tell if I'm in the right relationship? Aren't you really supposed to know that shit? Feel it in your bones and own that shit. I don't know. Then I had this interaction I've been thinking about for like 5 weeks. One day you refuse to shine. Baby, would I still be your lover? Would you want me there if the moment, if it all ended tomorrow? Would you be the one on mine?
Ooh, okay. So in the Zane Lowe interview, she talked about, and he pointed out, that technically the album ends with, or begins with a question, which is, how can I tell if I'm in the right relationship? And ends with that answer in the song Ordinary Things. I don't know if I was expecting anything specific, but it looks like we're going to be addressing some of the things that went down in the past couple of years, particularly with her relationships. It's so beautiful. It kind of feels like it's harkening back a little. I'm getting like old Ari kind of entering this new Ari era with the sound. But this, for example, like she says, then I had this interaction I've been thinking about for like 5 weeks. Wonder if he's thinking about it too and smiling. So she's in this relationship with this one person, but then she's had this interaction with this other person. And then the whole chorus of like, if the sun refused to shine, baby, would I still be your lover? Would you want me there if the moon went dark tonight? So it's like, if the world was coming to end, would you still want me, like this current partner? And then she ends it, which I think is the penultimate line of, and if it all ended tomorrow, would you be the one on my mind or on mine? So it's kind of this whole opening the album. It's a conceptual album as far as I know, with them like, am I in the right relationship? If everything ended today, like if everything ceased to exist and we were just stripped back to just us, would you want to be the person by my side? And would I want you to be the person by my side? Normally, short intro tracks are not my thing, but Ari got this one. She got this one. I don't know how highly it will rank just because, again, it's a short one. But I guess let's move on to the next track, which is Bye. Why did my immediate thoughts go to Bye Girl Bye? Oh well, let's react.
I can't believe I'm finally moving through my fears. At least I know how hard we tried, both you and me. Stuff quickly just put up in the driveway. It's
Okay, well, I kind of got it right. It was not girl bye, it was boy bye. I should have guessed from the themes of the album. Yes, we're on this self-love anthem. She's just like, so we open the album with End of the World, like, am I in the right relationship? Do I even want to be with this person? And do they want to be with me? And then immediately we go into, sorry, goodbye, boy bye, I'm leaving this person. So we've made the decision to leave said person. The lyrics, this ain't the first time I've been hostage to these tears. I can't believe I'm moving through my fears. I know she's talking about how she kind of came to terms with certain things in her life, and this is definitely it. Then at least I know how hard we tried, both you and me, didn't we? But the pre-chorus, the vocals. There's a certain 90s quality to these songs that kind of just has me feeling it. Best way to say that? She's like, so I grabbed my stuff. Courtney just pulled up in the driveway. It's time. She's saying, bye, boy, bye. And the chorus is so simple. It's just bye, bye, boy, bye. It's over, it's over. And then, like, I'm going to take what's mine. Simple. Nothing else. Hey, listen, I'm not going to lie. The last few Ariana projects, I'm like, I've enjoyed. They're just not, like, immediately punched me in the face. This era is really hitting so far. So let's continue.
Stronger than I think. Usually I join you on the floor, but this dance ain't for me. But just turn the music up, maybe someday we'll look back with love. Didn't think you'd lose it. Now it's just too late to check.
I just need to point out, for once she has the lyrics pulled up. She's getting better at her game. Maybe someday we will look back with love. Didn't think you'd lose me. Now it's just too late to choose me. Like Taylor Swift said, you never thought I'd run. But now he's got to the point where it's like, I left. And now it's too late for you to like put in the effort to put me first or to put me first in any category of your life. And of course, I'm stronger than I think. Usually I'd join you on the dance floor, but this dance ain't for me. He's like, you're a solo dancer tonight. Again, vocals perfection. I think we're getting a bridge, so I'm very excited. It's been a while since I've gotten a bridge to react to. So fun. So fun. The bridge where she says, yeah, this hook feels too hard to sing, but it's better than on repeat. Better than repeat. She's just like, it's better than going back and forth. I mean, the vocals are impeccable. I'm loving this upbeat. I'm getting 90s and 60s kind of combined together. That's sort of the vibes. The vibes. I really say 90s because The Boy Is Mine is on here. So I'm curious. But so far, I definitely think I like this. I've only heard 3 songs for your album. This one so far, of the 3 I've heard, is my favorite. But that might change. Because the next song is called Don't Want to Break Up Again. Is this going to be a sad number? I mean, they're all kind of short, but still. Is there going to be a sad number? I guess we'll find out.
I fall asleep crying. You turn up the TV. You don't wanna hear me. One more sleepless night. Too much for you, so I really gotta do the thing I don't wanna do. No, I don't. But I just get confused. I don't wanna break up again.
Okay. She's a little more mellow number. I fall asleep crying. You turn up the TV. You don't want to hear me. One more sleepless night. Okay. But really what got me is that pre-chorus which says, I'm too much for you, so I really got to do the thing I don't want to do, which in this case is break up. But the chorus says, the situationship has to end. So I was thinking this was about her former husband, but if it's a situationship, I'm assuming it's someone else. I mean, that's really all I'm gathering from this, but it's like, I don't want to F with your head. It's breaking my heart to keep breaking yours again. So it's like, they're in this situationship where she keeps having to like break their heart over and over again. I don't know. I feel like I need more context, but definitely it feels like we're getting a back and forth, like sort of like rocky relationship moment going on here.
I made it so easy, spent so much on therapy, with my own codependency, but you didn't even try. When you finally did, it was at the wrong time. Won't abandon me again for you and I.
Ooh, those vocals. I made it so easy, spent so much on therapy, blamed it on my own codependency, but you didn't even try. So we're hearkening back to the song before this. Why? I'm just learning this album. But the lyrics on the song before this, I'm like, you never thought you'd lose me, but now it's too late to choose me. And then she's talking in here where she said, but you didn't even try. When you finally did, it was the wrong time. So it's like he never made the effort in said relationship until it was too late, until she had gone and left and like went. Once she realized she's not the problem, she's like, goodbye. She's like, won't abandon me again for you and I. This relationship, no longer my priority. But again, also, am I going to just say vocals? I feel like everyone's going to... Don't take a shot every time I say vocals, because let's face it, it's Ari. It's going to be said multiple times. She was a slightly more mellow number, I feel like, to the previous track, Bye. So intro, Bye, and then Don't Want to Break Up Again are the 3 songs before the interlude, which is the Saturn Return. So if you don't know what Saturn Return is, Google it. But my guess is this is probably going to indicate not only a switch or change in her life, but is going to be a switch or change in the album or the lyrical content of this. I particularly love in the bridge where she says, "We both know it's time, so we say goodbye." So we're talking about coming off of that previous song where she's like, "I'm happy to leave." She says it with tears in our eyes. Hope you won't regret me. Hope you'll still think fondly of our little life. So it's like, even though I know it's time and we both kind of can concede that it's time, I want to look back fondly on this time we had before things changed. So I assume the things that will be changed is going to be in this little Saturn Returns interlude. So let's see what this interlude sounds like.
When we're all born, Saturn's somewhere, and the Saturn cycle takes around about 29 years. That's when we've got to wake up and smell the coffee, because if we've just been sort of relying on our cleverness or relying on... It's time for you to get real about life and sort out...
Well, that was short. It was just an interlude. Apparently it's by Diana Garland. I don't know who that is. Just talking about your Saturn return. You know, the cycle comes around, you hit 29, things start going around. But I love that. I definitely think this is going to mark a change in the album and maybe the lyrical content, because it's specifically ending with hits you over the head, and says, wake up. It's time for you to get real about life and sort out who you really are. So my guess is, since wake up, get real are like the last lines we hear of this interlude, the next half of the album, because we know Yes and is on it, it's going to be talking about her waking up to like the problems and stuff that are in her life, and she's like, okay, time to like go about and get real, fix it, wake up, do a bunch of things. Yeah, she was cute. I guarantee you this will rank last because there's nothing to rank musically, but we'll see. But up next is the title track, Eternal Sunshine. It looks to be one of the longer songs of the album, so I'm curious to see what we get here. Aww.
I don't care what people say. We both know I couldn't change you. I guess you could say the same. Can't be arranged. Truth, I've never seen someone lie like you do. Someone cheating you, start to think it's true. So now we play our separate scenes. Now she's in my bed, and I'm laying on your chest. Like I'm looking in a mirror. Hope you feel right when you're in her. I found a couple and he's on my side. You're just my eternal sunshine, sunshine.
Oh my goodness. Okay. She said, I don't care what people say. We both know I couldn't change you, and I guess you could say the same. Can't rearrange truth. So ex-partner is going out, spreading some lies, doing some things. Get me out of this loop. I have not seen the movie, but I kind of somewhat get the references. Get me out of this loop. And then she's like, so now we play our separate scenes. Now she's in my bed laying on your chest. So it's like, okay, he's got a new girlie. I said, I showed you all my demons, all my lies, yet you played me like Atari. You know, he's like, you played me all these games. Like, you lied. You spun the truth. Then it's, hope you feel alright when you're in her. Okay. Well, that was a line. When you're in her. Cool. I found a good boy and he's on my side. Love that for you. You're just my eternal sunshine. You're just the one that's, you know, playing over and over in my head again. Again, I should go watch this movie. But I get the gist of like, yeah, you're just that. And he's this.
I try to wipe my mind, just so I feel less insane. Rather feel painless, I'd rather forget than know for sure what we could have fought through behind this door.
She did change the lyrics to the pre-chorus and says, now he's in your bed and laying on my chest. Now I'm in my head and wondering how it ends. Okay, cool. So let me see what Genius has to say here for verse 2. So I try to wipe my mind just so I feel less insane, rather feel painless. I'd rather forget than know for sure. Oh, so in the film, the two people undergo a procedure to erase the memories of their breakup. Okay. Calling back to Eternal Sunshine, she's like, I would rather erase the memory of you than have to remember the pain of you. Kind of getting the vibes now. Definitely interesting of like, okay, so we've met the Saturn return. We're finally with someone else. So we're having this shift in our life. But she's like, now I'm having to deal with the aftermath of everything of like, now this is the part of like, now I have to get real per the Saturn return. So in the bridge here, she also repeated it in the outro. Won't break, can't shake, this fate, rewrite, deep breaths, tight chest, life, death, rewind. And then she keeps repeating that. So the whole point of the movie, I guess, is like rewinding or going through the past relationship as those memories get erased and stuff like that. And she's talking about, she's like, I can't shake the past. I can't like, I want to rewrite. I want to, deep breaths, tight chest. Disjunction between that. I'm like taking deep breaths, have a tight chest. Like I can't get any air in. Then life, death, rewind. It's like, going through the process of our relationship over and over again. It's like, I can't shake you, but I want to forget you. Cool. I said a lot there. I said a lot. I may have looked more in depth into that. I need to watch the movie to really understand it. But up next is track 6, Supernatural, which I
Don't
believe...
want nobody else around me. Just need you right here. You're like the only thing that I see. It's crystal clear and I want you to come claim it. I do. But I got you disguised with sesame. But I don't mind it all.
Well, we have ourselves a mellow track here. It really just looks like, per the lines, it's like Supernatural, this love's possessing me, but I don't mind at all. It's like Supernatural, it's taken over me, don't want to fight the fall. I feel like this song is just going to be talking about how this is just a magical love. She's falling in love, and she doesn't want to stop it. I want you to claim it. I do. What are you waiting for? She's like, come on over. Like, I want you. I think you want me. Let's hop into this supernatural love. I think she's going to be like a quick, sweet number is what I'm getting. So we'll see. Well, again, it was a cute, sweet number. She did repeat a lot of the lines of like, it's like supernatural, this love's possessing me, but I don't mind at all. And then in the verse 2, she said, need your hands all up on my body like the moon needs the stars. Nothing else felt this way inside me. Boy, let's go too far. She's like, I want to get with you. You want to get with me? Let's get together. Let's make some moves. Particularly you, because she's like, what are you waiting for? It's a little slow-ish. It's a little slower, a little more mellow. So we'll see where she ranks in the end. But up next is a song called True Story, which, if I'm correct, is technically an untrue story, per the interviews I've seen.
This is a true story about all the lies you fantasize about you and I. This is just not what I need, not what I want. Ain't gonna happen to me.
Excuse me? The vibes. Flip and switch. What the hell? This is a true song. This is a true story about all the lies you fantasize. Fantasize was one of the songs that she created that got leaked. And she's been talking about that, kind of finding its way back into this album. This is a true story about all the games I know you play. No, this is not what I need. Give me love, not what I want. Ain't gonna happen to me. This song is gonna be filled with a lot of tea, I presume, because I see what verse. I thought the next one was supposed to be the bad girl. And what is the vibe? This is a little different from some of the more love that we've gotten so far in this album. I'm so curious.
I'll play the villain if you need me to. I know how this goes, yeah. I'll be the one you pay to see, play the scene, while the cameras please.
I'll play the villain if you need me to. I know how this goes. I'll be the one you pay to see, play the scene, roll the cameras. Turning like a dime, wasting all their time, sneaking like a creep in the night, but I'll play whatever part you need me to. This is about the media. The media painting her out to be a villain. The media painting this picture of who she is and telling her narrative when she hasn't, spoken on it. She's immediately shooting to the top. She's up there with some of the other songs on this album, like Bye. Yeah. I thought the boy is mine was gonna get me, but this one, she's getting me. I love it. I'm granted, I love a bad bitch anthem. Let's face it, and I love the whole narrative. Like, this is a true story about how you painted me as this one thing, even though you don't actually know the real story.
I'll play the bad girl if you need me to. If it makes you feel better, I'll be the one you love to hate. Can't relate too much on my plate. Yeah, you got too much time. I'll be good in it too. This is a true
These verses coming at someone. As to me, it could be the media, the paparazzi, the you and I could refer to a past relationship or friendship. But verse 2, I'll play the bad girl if you need me to, if it makes you feel better. I'll be the one you love to hate, can't relate too much on my plate. She's like, I got too much. I ain't got time for your petty business. But apparently it says in the pre-chorus, see it in your eyes, you got too much time. She's like, dude, you ain't got nothing else going on. Get over it. For fun, you like to pray for my demise, but I'll play whatever part you need me to, and I'll be good in it too. She's like, yes, I'll play the part. I will be the best acting, I will get the best actress award for this part that you have cast me in, this narrative that you have set for me, I will be the queen. I will be like a Meryl Streep level actress. You know, I just love it. She's calling these people, this person out, and I'm like, yeah. I don't know why, but I kind of needed this energy. I need this energy. I needed this vibe. I'm loving it.
No, this is not what I need. Not what I want. Like I never seen.
Top song. Top song. Once again, round of applause for the vocals. Just, yeah. I thought The Boy Is Mine was supposed to be the bad girl anthem, but true story. We love it. We love it. I don't know if I can say any more, but up next is The Boy Is 9. So, like, she's got a lot to live up to, because the original one, amazing. And the Glee cover, also amazing for any Gleeks out there. So, I'm just interested to see where she takes her version. So, let's hop into it.
How can it be you and me? Like it used to be, can't unsee it. But I don't wanna cross no sea. Mind you, she's so unproblematic, so independent. Tell me why? 'Cause the boy is mine. And the boy is mine. I can't wait to try it. Let this intertwine. The stars get aligned.
Okay, so according to Genius here, it says that this is interpolating Brandy and Monica's 90s hit of the same name. And according to Ariana, this is the song, and she's talked about it multiple times. This is the song that she's talked about interviews, fantasized. This is kind of like the indirect sequel to that, where she kind of talks about... Let's see. I'll read what Genius says. It says in the Zane Lowe interview, which I did watch, this one is essentially a sister track to True Story, and it's the bad girl anthem that True Story sets up. And it says, on the provocative nature of the song and amid accusations of being homewrecker, she said, this is a very bad idea, I think, but there is a large group of my fans that really do love a bad girl anthem, and this is the kind of elevated version of that. So, I don't know if you understood anything I said. You can go on Genius and you can watch the interview. But yeah, so this is the bad girl anthem. It's just kind of talking about her spotting someone that maybe she shouldn't be with, but she's like, you know what? I want to be with him. She's like, the boy is mine. I can't wait to try him. Let's get intertwined. The stars, they aligned. And she sounds cute.
She's saying that I planned for, probably wouldn't get the time of my life. There's gotta be a reason why my girls, they always come through in a sticky situation. Say it's fine. Happens all the time.
I mean, okay, second verse. I think it's just interesting that says, my girls, they always come through in a sticky situation, say it's fine, happens all the time. They're like, yeah, things like this happen all the time. She's like, it'll be fine. And then, of course, the media's like, it's not fine. But you know what? The boy is mine. She's like, at the end of the day, I got the guy. Like, what's the point anymore?
And I know it's something meant to be, and I have to call accountability for all these years. Promise you I'm not usually like this shit is like news to me. But I can't ignore my heart.
Ooh, that was a fun one. I don't know if... I think True Story is still up there for me. But I love in the grid where she says, and I know it's simply meant to be, and I take full accountability for all these years. She's like, I'm not discounting the things that I've did, and I may not have gone about this like the most perfect way, but she's like, I can't ignore my heart, and at the end of the day, I'm going to follow my heart. And I think that's the whole point of this second half of the album. Like, I'm going to follow my heart, and I'm like going to ignore all of the shit people are talking around me. And I think that's that. You know, I never listened to the leak for Fantasize, but, I mean, if this is the sequel, I mean, she sounds like she would have been amazing. I still think True Story is up there for me. So the following track after this is Yes and. Again, we've already reacted to it. Links somewhere on the screen or down below. But then we have the next track, which is the second single, We Can't Be Friends, Wait for Your Love.
I didn't think you would understand me. How could you ever even try? I don't wanna tiptoe, but I don't wanna hide. But I don't wanna feed this monstrous fire. Just wanna leave, can't be friends. But I'd like to just pretend. And cling to your papers and pens. Wait until you like me again.
Why was I about ready to cry? I'm in an emotional state of life right now, so that could affect this. But I didn't think you'd understand me. How could you even try? I don't want to tiptoe, but I don't want to hide. But I don't want to feed this monstrous fire. I just want to let this story die, and I'll be all right. She's like, I need our love story to die. I just want it to die. And in the chorus, she's like, we can't be friends, but I'd like to just pretend you cling to your papers and pens and wait until you like me again. She's like, I know this love story of ours is no longer, and I know that this relationship, this friendship that may have existed beforehand we can't even get to a state of friendship. But she's like, in my mind, like, I want to fantasize, that you're still in love with me, or that we can still maintain some sort of relationship. Okay, will she cry in this video? Take your bets in the comments down below.
Me and my truth, we sit in silence. Baby girl, it's just me and you. 'Cause I don't wanna argue, but I don't wanna fight. My tongue, yeah, I think I'd rather die. You got me misunderstood, but at least I look this good.
Yep, she's getting misty-eyed, and she'd never been in a romantic relationship. Okay, me and my truth, we sit in silence, and then she gives us the silence? Like, there's some sort of, like, New York cityscape going out in the background. Then it goes, baby girl, it's just me and you, because I don't want to argue, but I don't want to bite. My tongue, I don't want to bite my tongue. Yeah, I think I'd rather die. She's like, I don't want to argue, like, I don't want to fight, but I'm also gonna stand my ground. I'm not gonna, like, sit back and lie. And she says, you got me misunderstood, but at least I look this good. Going back to true story of, like, you're painting this image of me that is not true. But she's like, but at least I look this good while trying. She's like, you know what? Everything in the outside world may not look that great, but, like, me personally, looking good. Maybe feeling good, maybe not feeling so good. But she's like, yeah. Okay. There's the bridge on this. Well, that bridge. That bridge. Know that you made me. I don't like how you paint me, yet I'm still hanging here. Or he's still here hanging. She's like, I don't like how you made me out to be. And, like, you still made, it's like, you know that you made me, so you made part of me, but I don't like how you paint me, like how you portray me. Then she's like, not what you made me. It's something like a daydream, but I feel so seen in the night. She's like, I feel so seen when I am not being seen at all by you or anyone else. And she said, so for now, it's only me, and maybe that's all I need. Did I need to hear these lyrics this week? Maybe. We'll see. We're gonna move on because I can't, you know what, the next song is I Wish I Hated You, so maybe it'll make me cry too, because the last 3 songs look like they're gonna be gut punches to the heart, or punches to the heart, whatever. Let's react to the next song.
Hung all my clothes in the closet you made. Your shoes still in boxes, I send them your way. Hoping life brings you no new pain. How easy things could be if I did. And no matter how guilty, I still feel saying it. I wish I hated you. I wish that weren't true. Wish there was worse to you.
Okay. We have again this narrative of, like, I wish I could rearrange the memories. I wish I could rewrite the life. And so she's kind of talking here, hung all my clothes in the closet you made. Your shoes still in boxes, I send them your way, hoping life brings you no new pain. She's like, I still wish the best for you. And she's like, no matter how hard I try, I can't hate you. It's like, I wish I hated you. It's easier to forget someone or to move on from someone who was bad to you versus someone who was just, what do you do when a good man hurts you, per Taylor Swift in the song Happiness? It's kind of giving me that vibe. She's like, I wish there was worse to you. I wish there was worse to me. And I have a feeling that's going to be the whole premise of the song. She's like, at the end of the day, neither of us were particularly bad people. We just, we grew apart. And we both made decisions that affected this relationship.
I was dancing a parallel plane. Just 2 different endings you learned to repair. And I learned to keep me in one place. So
she was short, she was quick, she was sweet. I don't know that she'll rank pretty high for me. She's more of that lullaby-like song that doesn't tend to get me. But the lyrics are shadows dance in a parallel plane, just two different endings you learn to repair, and I learned to keep me in one place. She's like, so we essentially just moved to separate planes of existence. We are now separate people, so close yet so far. If only we had known from the start, kind of that this would be the end, or that this would be the ending of the relationship. You know, she was cute. She was sweet. She was a bit somber and sad. But up next is the song Imperfect for You, which I believe is going to be a love song from what I've seen from interviews, but let's continue.
My boy, come take my hand. Throw your guitar and your clothes in the backseat. My love, they don't understand, but I'll hold your hurt in the box here beside me. How anxious, too much, but I love you like you need me to. Imperfect, why I'm messy, completely deep. Stressed, but I'm not like that since I met you.
She's so cute. I feel like this is gonna go somewhere. I feel a build coming on, but she's like, my love, they don't understand, but I'll hold your hurt in the box here beside me. And it's like, how could we know we'd rearrange all the cosmos? We crash and we burn. Now I just can't go where you don't go. She's like, it's essentially, she's like, imperfect for you. It's kind of like, you both accept my jagged little pieces of me, but also they kind of fit just perfectly together. Fucked up, anxious too much, but I'll love you like you need me to. I'm imperfect for you. Messy, completely distressed, but I'm not like that since I met you. Imperfect for you. She's a very sweet, lovey-dovey song. I'm curious to see if it builds like I think it's going to.
Let's go tonight, 'cause there's just a few seconds left till tomorrow. We have all that we need. Let's leave our baggage and wine at the table.
So she did change the pre-chorus here a little. She said, how can we know that this was a happy disaster? I'm glad we crashed and burned. Instead of talking about her being fucked up, anxious too much, it says, I'll never forget when you told me you said usually I'm this. And yeah, again, that's the whole of like finding the two halves to the broken whole. It's like you coming together and like you're both like imperfect, but your imperfections fit perfectly together. She's so cute.
Glad we crashed and burned. I know we'll be there for each other when we're feeling.
And then she switched around the pre-chorus again. How can we know we'd make the bad stuff delightful? I'm glad we crash and burn. I know we'll be there for each other when we're feeling. So instead of having two separate people feeling these separate things, they're coming together when they're both actively feeling these things. And they can work through it and feel through it together. I love the progression of this one. I thought it would build, but she was cute. She was sweet. I think, again, just kind of like I Wish I Hated You, it's going to fall lower on my ranking. Just because everyone knows slow and somber numbers are not my thing. Or even slow and happy, not so somber numbers are my thing. But we're closing track time with Ordinary Things featuring Nona, her grandmother. I'm curious to see how she interweaves here. I know there's a voice note that appears on it, so you know what? I'm excited.
We could go pop all the champagne in California. We could have a omakase in Tokyo if you wanna. Hypothetically, we could do anything that we like. We could hit up on the matter what we do. It's never gonna be one thing and one thing's you. It's funny, but it's true. It's never gonna be one thing as long as I'm with you. Just like the first sip of wine after a long day. You hit like my biggest fan when I hear what the critics say. You hit just like a green light when I'm stuck running real late. I don't need.
I'm just going to say, you hit just like the first sip of wine after a long day. I don't drink. But the next one, you hit like my biggest fan when I hear what the critiques say. You hit just like a green light when I'm stuck running real late. I mean, if anything, it's like you're the biggest hit of the day. Like, you come into my life and everything just is instantly better. It's like you ease the pain, you make me feel good. Personally, I love You Hit Just Like a Green Light when I'm stuck running real late. I'm like, I think we all get that. I don't need no diamonds, just your time. Cute. And then obviously You Hit Like my biggest fan when I hear what the critiques say. Obviously, she's talked a lot about the criticism she's faced throughout this album, and I love that that little line was just in there, because I would hope that her partner is her biggest fan. So
When he come home and I see him and this gets off that train, it was like God Almighty arrived. It was like seeing daylight. I mean, I could have jacked up and left many times. You know, it's not that we never fought. You can overcome that. You know, it's very easy. And that's, I told her, never go to bed without kissing goodnight. It's the worst thing to do. Don't ever do that. And if you can't, and if you don't feel comfortable doing it, you're in the wrong place. Get out.
aww. No, that was so great. I was just thinking in the back of my head, this really kind of reminds me of like the ending of Daylight from Lover by Taylor Swift. I'm kind of getting this like entering daylight area for Ariana Grande, and of course it was like seeing daylight. And then it ends with her laugh. Okay, I did get a little misty eyed because I'm just like so happy seeing people like who have gone through something, even if you don't know them, like who very obviously have gone through some tough times. It's like come out. It's like you're coming out the other side. It's like you found that happiness, and I feel like we're all kind of finding that happiness. You know, that's the goal in life, to chase that happiness and find it. I'm just okay. I'm gonna move on to ranking and final thoughts because, you know, if I don't, I might cry. All right, so it's been a few days, well, probably like a weekend. So this is my tentative ranking of Eternal Sunshine by Ariana Grande. As of right now, I'm not completely sure what's going to be near the top. I'm going to need to listen to a few times. But as of right now, faves are True Story by, obviously, Yes and We Can't Be Friends. We Can't Be Friends. Oh no, We Can't Be Friends started the emotional spiral that you see right now. Let me know what your favorite song from this album is, what you thought of the album overall, and what would you like me to react to next.